Are you like me, and when you dropped into ABI for the first time and saw the different tier modes and it says get more valuable loot for going to the higher tiers, and you think to yourself, well, how much more do you actually get for going to these extra tiers? How much more quantity and quality of loot do you find in those higher tiers? Well, that's the question that I asked myself today, because I've always wondered myself too. And because I got myself D's and C's in science in school, I think I'm qualified enough to run a science experiment to find out how much you actually get. And the way that I'm doing this is by doing a pool size. So I pick one particular key at the villa, and I'm going to be hitting the key 5 times in a row on each tier. So 5 on standard, 5 on lockdown, and then 5 on the top mode, forbidden. And I'll collect the information all together at the very end and let you know how much more I made in each of the modes. Before I jump into that, I recorded all of this gameplay over on my live stream, so if you want to check out some of these video stuff early, I pretty much record majority of the stuff that goes on this YouTube channel over on Twitch, so make sure you go over there and drop us a follow. And also, we'll be getting early access to Season 2 starting on Thursday, and I'll be live streaming that too. But don't worry, we'll be getting some YouTube content on that as well. Enough of me trying to shove my content down your throat, why don't we actually get to the video in hand, what you clicked on here in the first place for. So kicking ourselves off with these first standard hits. The first one was a pretty bang average room, but I must say from the very start, I don't really expect to get too much from these standard hits. It's standard for a reason. You don't really get a lot even from the rooms themselves. So we're pretty much just getting money from the first safe, and then the little odds and sods around the room. We collate 31,000 from the first hit on standard. Moving swiftly over to hit number 2, we actually get a worse hit on this one compared to the last one. Only 19,000 total once we collated together all the money in the safe and the odds and sods around the room. I'm going to speed through the remaining 3 hits. Like I said, because it's standard, I don't actually expect to get really anything from these, and we all know that you guys are more interested in what comes from lockdown and forbidden mode. It feels like a crime wasting this these key uses on normal mode, but it's all to prove a point, and it's all good because I'm wasting my money and not yours to prove this point. Another bad hit on that, 25,000. Let's move swiftly over to hit number 4. As expected, hit number 4 gave out pretty much the same amount, only coming to 33,000. So with that done, let's go over to the final hit on standard so we can then move over to lockdown, what actually people want to see. And with this one, we actually end up getting a better hit for standard mode anyway. We got our first purple out of the room, and that was the statue. But other than that, this other stuff came together and ended up coming to 54,000. What is so far the best hit that we got on standard, but still not recommended to use these keys on the standard mode, because like I said, as you've seen what we've got so far, it's not really worth spending money on the key to then use it on this mode. Now we move over to the lockdown mode, the thing that people have been waiting for. And yes, we do encounter a lot of resistance in the modes going forward. And this is a room that's quite high value, a lot of people like to hit. Oh! Got him, got him. Yo, GG boys. Nice shit. You got this guy. I get his buddy. Yeah, we put that guy down fast. I have absolutely no idea what the guy I killed was doing, because he was actually in the bathroom to the left of me when I was engaging on the guy on the right. He had me absolutely dead to rights. Must have just completely whiffed his shots. Hey, I'm not going to complain. Free gear for me. Plus now we get to hit the room, and unfortunately it's not that great. Only pulling in 38,000, but we do get some purples in this one, and that's going to continue on for the remaining of the hit. You do consistently see more purples and golds going on from this point onwards, because as you saw in the standard hits, we only got 1 in 5 hits. Lockdown hit number 2 seems to be paying out pretty similar to the last one. This one being increased though, because the actual purples we got were more expensive. 46,000 in total for this one. Let's move swiftly over to hit number 3 and see if this continues to improve. There's a player on the hill there. There's a guy downstairs. I don't care as long as I hit the room. Really just gonna grenade like that, are we? I got a double flashlight in this bad boy. I just fucking gassed myself. That guy just got fucking showered, boys. GG, man. We have to celebrate this. Yo, it's not that surprising that I killed somebody. Jesus, chat. Come on. Why you gotta be so aggro all the time? Bam, hit him with that double flashlight techers. But the room still wasn't that great. It was, again, a slight improvement over the last two, 51,000. And for any of you eagle-eyed viewers, you would have recognized this content from my last video where I actually went on a rampage with the RPK for the continuation of this raid. If you haven't already, go check that out as well. But on to the next room. Please, give me some good stuff. I literally haven't had anything good out of this since I started doing it. It's kind of annoying. A red! Oh, there we go, baby. 1.5 mil. It's about time. And boom, a red, just what we needed. But just after I did this here, I started to realize that there could be some issues with the science of this science experiment. Because if I don't pull another red or something as valuable as that in the forbidden hits, it means it's going to massively skew the numbers when it comes to averaging out the money that I actually earn from each one of the hits. Let's just hope that we get another red in the forbidden hits. But in total in that room, we made 1.532 million in one single. Obviously, the vast majority being taken up by that red. But now moving over to the final hit. And here's another problem I run into. I was queuing up with randoms. Not only have I got to fight other people for the room, but also the randoms too. Oh no, but I've got to fight them for it, aren't I? I should have been solo. Oh, he's going to get there before me. He's going to get there before me. I'm not going to stop for that, for the bot office there. Let me sprint, let me sprint. I'm running past, I don't give a fuck. Let me hit the room. I don't give a fuck, man. I just wanted the room. Man, I wanted that room so bad. I don't give a fuck. Let him shoot me in the back. Yo, it was worth. It was worth. If you couldn't tell, I was extremely eager to get to the room. You honestly don't understand how long it took me to record this. I recorded this video over the space of like 6 different streams because not only did I have to get lucky and spawn on the right side of the map where the actual room is, because if you spawn on the other side, it gets hit way before you even get there. But at the same time, like I said, I'm queuing up with randoms too, so I'm having to fight them over it as well. There was occasions where they got there before me. I know I should have just been running solo, but I kind of like the random interaction with random people that I bumped into. But enough of that. We got a goal from that one, and with other stuff in there, that one came to 258,000, so actually not a bad hit. It's kind of showing that lockdown keys aren't actually that bad. Before I never really used them.
Please, yellow, please, I swear
no,
to God.
I need it. I'm doing a video on the room. I have to do the key. You can have the stuff. Just let me see what's in it. Let me see what's in. I'll give you stuff.
Okay, fine.
Unless it's a red, I'm not giving it to him. And unfortunately, it wasn't a red. Still actually not a really great hit for Forbidden, to be totally honest. Only 53,000 once we put all the purples out of that one. I was actually kind of expecting more on our first one, to be fair. Now moving swiftly over to hit number 2 on Forbidden. And again, still not that good. We pulled 60,000. What is kind of bringing the average up a bit. We're definitely getting more from the Forbidden over lockdown, but not as much as I thought it would be. Only pulling 60,000 on that one. Hopefully the next one gets better. It hasn't been done. Yo, another hit, boys. Let's go. I did not expect to be able to get to hit this raid. What the fuck? And in hindsight now, I kind of wish I didn't actually get to hit it because I only made 28,000 from that one. Honestly, the fact that you can get 28,000 from a key use from Forbidden is actually kind of ridiculous. If Forbidden actually wants to catch up, it really needs to pull the stops out on these last couple of hits. Oh, baby, we can't believe we got the spawn. We got the friggin' spawn. Got the friggin' spawn. Oh, one more to go after this. Go on, give us a red. Let's have a red. Let's have 3 reds tonight. 3 reds. Ooh, maybe. That's not terrible. Yeah, not terrible is definitely the way to describe that. That's kind of what I would expect to be pulling from on average minimum every single time I hit one of these rooms on Forbidden. And that room comes to 174,000. That means we've come down to our last final hit. We need a red on this one to be able to bring up the numbers. Come on. Failed already. The fuck? Yes, come on. Yes. Oh my god, we get it done. We get it done. Give me something good. Red. That's not a red. That's not a red either. You fuck. Oh. Bore off, man. And one anticlimactic way to end the video off. That room coming to 38,000. Poor. We actually sometimes got better on standard mode than what we did on that. But let's now go to the end now and collate it all up together and go over the numbers. Some very interesting information collated from all of those rooms. As expected, we thought the normal mode would be the worst and you would get bugger all from it, and it does confirm that it is not worth ever using those keys essentially on normal, because even if you get out with all of the stuff, you're probably still not going to be paying back the key. Potentially, maybe, it depends if you get lucky or not. On average, the normal runs pulled about 32,000 per hit. So if you did get that on every single run and you managed to get out every single time, you would end up making a profit from the key, but it honestly is not worth risking it. Now, lockdown was the most surprising. Now, I think the stats here are going to be a little bit kind of squiffed by the fact that we got that red, and I kind of felt really bad at the time once we got it, because I was like, I hope we get one now in Forbidden, because if we don't, it's really going to mess with the figures we got here. And it came out of an average of 380,000, but obviously before that, we were only getting about 50 to 40,000 per hit on that as well. But it's kind of hard to give that one the edge because of that one red that we did find in there. Well, the Forbidden mode was actually a bit of a disappointment because we only ended up pulling about average of 70,000 per hit. Obviously, if you are using the full 15 uses of this key on this room, it is going to be really valuable because you're going to pay off the key essentially in about 4 hits. But weirdly, once you compare Lockdown and Forbidden, even when we take out that red in there, it is loot about the same, to be fair. I mean, obviously, there's still going to be a higher chance of you pulling reds from Forbidden. So if we did a full 15 uses on normal, 15 on Lockdown, 15 on Forbidden, the numbers that we get will probably be a bit better. But like I said, I did get D's and C's in science, so I'm not saying that I was very good at putting together this experiment. I think with more data, then it would have given us a lot more accurate results. But because we did actually get the most valuable gold from Lockdown and also pulled the red from Lockdown too, it does kind of say that you should probably still use keys on Lockdown. And I was only trying to use them on Forbidden, and people only told me to use them on Forbidden. But from just the small amount of data that we pulled so far, it actually looks like Lockdown is pretty good for using them too. So if you've been holding your keys to only use them on Forbidden mode, I would maybe start to recommend using them on Lockdown again. Maybe not for the really expensive keys. If you're looking at like the hotel main bedroom key was like 2.6 million just for like 10 hits, I probably wouldn't use that on Lockdown. But for the cheaper ones that are only about 200k, you really can't go wrong with using those on Lockdown, because like I said, even with just those 5 hits, I paid the key off, no problem at all. Obviously the red, even if we take the red out, I still paid the key off. But that's going to wrap things up. You have to let me know in the comments below whether you want me to run a longer version of this video where I actually get more data so we can get more accurate results. But if you have enjoyed the video, remember to like and subscribe for more. And remember, like I said, I record all these on my live stream, and we are going to be live for the new season coming on Thursday. I've got early access to that, so make sure to go over there and check out my live streams too. Have a great day.